What's happening there, Reject Nation? Apologize for the delay on this one. We've only got a few more episodes left, though. Episode 3 after that crazy cliffhanger. I'm excited to see what we got today, guys. Hit that like button. We very much appreciate it. Full-length watch-alongs, we sync up with the time code over at our Patreon page. Become a Super Reject today by checking out all we got to offer over there. And as always, thanks to the boys at Prepper for helping us edit down these highlights. Let's get to it. Is this the whole episode?
I hope I would watch this for a whole episode. Is this the war? It's like the actual war.
That's one of the most fascinating teasers I've ever seen for an episode.
죽은 병사들을 괴물로 만들어 왜군과 맞서기라도 하자는 말씀입니까?
아니요. 이미 부패가 시작된 시신은 되살릴 수 없습니다. 그렇다고 살아있는 병사들을 희생시킬 순 없지.
I wouldn't put it past you.
수망촌 병자들을 죽입시다. 난 무슨 짓이건 할 것입니다.
Brought Cersei a White Walker.
그들을 살리기 위한 작은 희생일 뿐입니다.
You fucked up, man.
아무거나 우리 둘만 눈 감으면 되는 일이.
Gonna be fine, man. Trust me.
Oh, is our homeboy from this village?
Probably. Oh, jeez. If that was CGI blood, that's some of the best CGI blood I've ever seen.
너희들의 희생을 잊지 않을 것이다. 그리고 언젠가 이 빚을 갚을 것이다.
Whoa!
Sorry, get really close. Get really close.
해원 요씨는 그들을 이끄는 조학주는 내가 역모를 꿈꿨다 한다. 하지만 내가 바라는 건 왕위가 아니다. 내가 진정으로 원하는 것
To take a vacation.
Is to take a bath.
무엇이 옳은 길인지 선택을 해야만 할 때이다.
Right thing. There's only like one thing.
어디까지 이동했는지 볼 수 없는데 어찌 업무를 합니까?
Trust.
Oh, smart. It's the most badass a kite has ever been.
It's like you guys didn't hit one of them.
Jesus.
Don't give up, guys.
Persistence wears down resistance.
저하께서 무사히 조학주 대감을 제압하시고 세제를 손에 넣으셨습니다.
We're saved.
읍성 안에 있는 모든 사람들을 무사히 밖으로 옮기는 것은 불가능합니다. 하나, 지금과 같은 방법으로 계속 식량을 조달할 테니.
Prince.
It's nice to see some smiles.
What if you turn them into zombies and then they use those zombies to fight the other zombies?
Oh yeah, they can take on the Cho and the other one. Perfect.
정말 큰아버님은 괴물이 되지 않으시는 게 확실한 거지?
생사초로 되살아난 자에게 물렸다고 모두 괴물이 되는 것은 아닙니다.
What?
한양에서 전하께 물린 단이는 괴물로 변하지 않았어요.
I don't remember this.
뭐 찾지 못하면 결국 단이처럼 죽게 될 겁니다.
큰아버님이 전하에게 몹쓸 짓을 하셨더라도 일이 끔찍하게 돌아가시긴 할 순 없다.
Yes, yes, we can.
I think we probably can.
이분을 살려 병증과 원인을 알아내면 분명 역병을 다스릴 방도를 찾을 수 있을 것입니다.
Man, so much relies on you.
몸이 너무 차갑습니다. 몸을 따뜻하게 할 약재를 좀 구해오겠습니다.
그래.
What do I do?
이것은 부인과 질환을 치료하는 소목이라는 약재입니다. 이걸로는 대감마님을 치료할 수 없습니다.
You never know.
Yeah, open up those robes. Let's see what's going on.
직접 드셨단 말씀입니까? 아니, 그럴 리가 없는데.
Oh my God, the doctor solves everything.
I know, MVP of the show.
큰일 났습니다.
Ah, you gotta be fucking killed. Oh my God.
쪽에서 시신으로 발견됐습니다. 누구냐 물었다! 조화를 보좌하던 자이기가 조화의 명이라며 자가 하나를 끌고 상관문을 통과했다고 합니다.
No, I was wondering where he was.
Let's just wait to hear what he has to say.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, helping.
All right.
제가 없으면 잠시라도 집에 돌아오셨을 때 누가 서방님의 먹을 곳 누울 곳을 돌본단 말입니까? 전 서방님 곁에 있고 싶습니다.
Korean Postmates.
내가 무슨 복이 많아 부인 같은 사람을 만났는지. 아둔한 나를 만나 지금까지 고생만 시켰네.
Oh my God, he's gonna die.
Please no.
제 걱정은 하지 마십시오.
No, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
세제가 널 좀 이뻐한다고 저런 자유익다이가 해원 출시와 맞설 수 있을 거라고 생각하느냐? 세제가 어딜 가서 누굴 만나는지 낱낱이 구하거라. 그것이
He is a traitor. What have you done, man? What have you done?
그 누구보다 추격에 자신 있습니다. 함께하게 해주십시오.
Get this man a horse. Oh my. Yeah. Good old torture, yeah.
그 가마 안에 누가 탔는지 확인해 보아야겠다.
유모들이 탔다 하지 않습니까?
You must be pretty embarrassed, man. Oh shit.
또 누군가를 잃고 싶지 않았다. 그래서 믿고 싶었다.
나으리,
You guys.
우회에서 만나는 소목이라는 약재입니다. 워낙 귀하고 비싸. 시중에서는 구하기 힘든 물건이지요. 유산이나 출산으로 생긴 어혈을 제거하고 몸조리를 하지 못해 생기는 증상을 완화시키는 약재입니다.
Dude, lady, stop talking.
그래서 무슨 말을 하고 싶은 것이냐?
Trying to say my wife's gonna give a baby away?
부사 나으리께서 분명 그리 말씀하셨습니다. 중전 마마께서 직접 드시는 약재라고요.
잘못 알고 있는 것이겠지.
저도 뭐가 뭔지 모르겠습니다. 허나 이게 사실이라면 중전 마마께서 왜 이 약재를 드시는지.
Stop talking. You're the smartest one on the show.
What do you viewers at home think?
Oh wait, does he not know what's going on?
I think he's just now putting it together.
Is he not put together? Why?
유산 이후에 쓰는 약재라 하였느냐?
맞습니다.
And she's been taking this for how many months now? And I gave my wife away when?
내 선제에 만사계 인부들이 모여 있었어. 그들을 왜 모은 것이오? 대체 그곳에서 무슨 일을 꾸미고 있는 것이오? 대답해 보시오.
Oh no!
Oh, not like this.
This motherfucker. God damn it. Just keep thinking of your wife, man.
Oh no!
God damn it. He's getting the Boromir treatment.
서비야, 그것이
No.
할아버님께서
What?
이리
I knew it.
명하셔서 어쩔 수.
Oh god, it's about so coward.
서비야, 같이 가자. 같이 가지 않는다면 너도 죽이실 것이다.
He's practically dead.
꼭 알아내.
Their baby better come out swinging a sword or something. Oh.
Oh.
죄송합니다. 제가 아드나요. 죄송합니다.
상처가 위중하다. 무슨 방도가 없겠느냐?
그 의녀가 알고 있습니다. 내 선제 제한 사람이 있습니다. 그곳에 제 가족이 있습니다. 저를 끝까지 지키지 못했습니다. 죄송합니다.
Man. How did he get the message so fast out there? Oh fuck.
God damn it. Mazel tov.
What's so funny?
Oh man, so much
What's
physical
funny?
comedy at
What's
the end
funny
there.
about that? How did that cowardly magistrate guy, how did he get the message out there so fast? How did he send for them? Like, when did he have time
Yeah,
to
or
properly prep
how did
this?
he summon them? Because how many? They only had like one or two other horsemen with them, right? They have a couple people trailing them, but it wasn't that many people, unless I got lost.
I thought it was like one person.
Yeah, not like at least 3 or more guys.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Man, I think the original plan was to bring them back. That because because Mu Young wanted to he was trying to deliver him back, yeah. Like that was the whole goal. So maybe when they found refuge for him to rest up before they did some acupuncture on his face and shit, that they decided to I don't know, send for them or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
It was just like so sudden, and then when they showed up, then he was betrayed and killed, executed. What a crock of shit.
Yeah, man.
What a crock of shit, man. He did so much for them.
I know, and that Hak-ju just cannot let go ever.
Okay, so that makes sense. So Moo-young was under the impression that his wife would be protected. His pregnant wife would just be under protection in exchange for information.
Yes.
I thought he knew that
Yeah,
like, he was like surrendering his child. Like I thought for sure like that was something, and then you see him piecing it together like, oh shit. And
I just gave her up to a baby farm. Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah, I thought he was aware of that for some reason. The way it read to me at the time, I was like, oh, he's like flat out surrendering his kid to protect her. It didn't seem like he didn't even say anything about the baby. It's like, if you do anything to her, it's like, you're not gonna, because the fact he didn't mention the kid, I thought for sure it was like he's aware he's giving up the baby. But in this universe, snitches don't get stitches, man.
Nah, man.
They get killed,
gored, and Boromired. This is the second. It didn't, because like On Young got Boromired too, right? There's been a few people who've just taken hella arrows, and it always hurts.
Well, it's not gonna be machine guns, John.
You know, they have a cannon.
It's gonna be Gatling
They can
guns.
cannonball somebody, you know?
It's gonna be a sword or arrow, most likely.
Well,
in this
yeah,
universe.
I guess it's just, and it would make sense for people to get lit up with arrows. It's just, I feel like in most things with arrow-based combat, I'm used to seeing that piece used one time. So it's cool to see it here used more liberally.
Well, I think the way they used the action scenes here, because there's such a ferocity to the way this episode in particular escalated, it was overall executed, because there was covering more time than usual when you've been kicking off with the flash. Well, actually, they kicked off with some. It's like I'm trying to understand the choice of what they did with that flashback at the top where it went in reverse.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe that was establishing kind of the tone of how we're going to be hopping around time a little bit, because you see the flashback of the original time when, the Cho Hak guy, he and the dude who...
An-hyun?
Yes. Yeah.
Lord An.
Yeah, and when they first found the resurrection plant and used it to win their war, so start off with that.
Yeah.
And then you're spanning all this time as our crown prince is, winning some battles and shit. That to the point where I was like, I kind of forgot about the whole thing with Cho Hak having this whole other side of like the kingdom. I'm like, oh yeah, there's that. There's the main plot that we got to deal with too.
Yeah.
And so you're but the way they visually realized like a lot of the action scenes was interesting here. Like it felt very almost like no man's land aspect to the way the apocalyptic landscape was. It was just everything just felt so bleak from beginning to end. It feels very like hopeless and desolate, and the way they even capture some of their action was, it's like while the opening has this very fanciful, like let's slow-mo reverse this, and then a couple of cool shots here that are like some cool mounting shots, like when Lord On is beheaded and it's in POV and the blood splat on the lens, or some shots on the carriages when they're going, they mount the shots here. But a lot of times, like the death stuff, like even with Moo-young, it's not full Boromir because he took like an arrow over the course of like a 3-minute slow motion scene, where here it's just like and so that's there's like a ferocious impact that they do with a lot of the visuals here. So it was cool, it was neat. And I mean it's just a real sad story with our Seo-bi. That's how you pronounce it in American. If it was American, that's how you pronounce it. That's how I'm going to say it. Seo-bi.
Seo-bi.
Seo-bi. S-E-O-bi. Her character is like... She's ultimate detective. Yeah, she's like not fully putting together. Like, this guy might kill me if I say the wrong thing to Moo Young.
Yeah, that's the next step. Is she got to learn to be a little more suspicious of her direct consort.
She puts everything together. She puts like everything together. She's the ultimate detective. She's more than just a doctor.
She's a healer of fucked up circumstances.
Yeah, she figures everything out.
Yeah.
She's the smartest one there. And man, fucking our cowardly magistrate.
Yeah, man.
Fuck that guy. Officially lost.
Every time.
Don't like you anymore,
like,
man.
I want to, but dude.
Nah, you went too far now for me.
When are you people gonna learn to let go? When are you gonna learn that certain things are done with?
Yeah, it was.
They're not, but they, yeah.
That really upset me.
Yeah,
that really upset me, especially with him. I was like, oh, you've officially upset me.
Just when I thought you were.
He's never angered me. And that, I was like, oh, you actually got me angry.
Yeah, absolutely. This is on you. And now I have a feeling that, I don't know, you never know how these things will go, but I'm sure that there's some more in store for the tempering and the firing of that character now. Because, yeah, I don't know. I love it as a dramatic choice, but it also was the first time where I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. Like, of course we could count on you to go through with this.
I'm like, he's dying and you're following orders from a guy who just did the worst things ever,
who's brought this whole problem down upon you.
Like, oh, give me a break.
Machinations aside,
give me a break.
Yeah. But I guess that speaks to the amount of power and fear that guy commands, because it's like, if he gets better, and that's my whole goal, is to get him better, he's gonna be pissed.
Nah, man. Shit, I didn't actually think he was a traitor.
Yeah, no, I think they did really nicely drawing that out. And I mean, like, you can look back and go, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, they portrayed it really well. And I mean, obviously part of that is just not showing you when he's doing it. But I don't know, they've drawn it up into this point in a way that to me feels very natural. Like, yeah, we've been with him this whole time. Damn, like I feel betrayed, even though I had the suspicion, because obviously they laid the clues out. But
how does he have this time to just go off on his own and travel?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm like, does he have a secret falcon or something that gets word out?
They show him like going back and forth, like when he dropped his wife off with all the pregnant women.
Yes, but wasn't that was in a different moment in time too, though?
Yeah, it was the past, because there was a earlier episode.
Actually left.
There was an earlier episode when, but that was with the Cho Hak people, right?
Yes.
Because there was an earlier episode where before all the women are being killed.
Yeah.
Where you do see his wife there, and it's the first time I think you learn that it's his wife. And they're like, you look better than everyone. Of us. Yeah, it was that episode. And so that was the moment that explains how she got there. But still, it's like, how do you have time to sneak off and do this shit?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
There always seems to be a bit of a distance. Were they staying? I don't remember our group staying there. Remember that incorrectly? That same land where the pregnant women are? I don't remember them being there at that time.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to go back and comb through the details. It does beg the question. I feel like there are certain moments of probably overlap where you could go, okay, like the Crown Princess had run-ins with, various of the other Cho clan folks and stuff like that up until this point, so those present opportunities. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot where it's like, it seems like you two have been on the run, isolated together, where like the only times you would have to sneak away are when like the Crown Prince is sleeping or something. Sure. Which can't be for very long. So yeah, I would be curious to comb back through and in hindsight see how much sense it makes, because how do you get how much word do you get out and how frequently? Because they're like, I want to know everywhere he goes, and it seems like that would be kind of hard to do in any consistent manner. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because you started saying that, like, oh, he's definitely gonna die the second we got into like the tender moment between him and his wife, and yeah, like that is a bit tropey, but I appreciate that they really gave him the moment. And I mean, it's interesting because because these seasons are so compact, or at least so deliberate in that they are short, but also as much as they seem to need. They are. It's like last week we had this big loss and a big, crescendo last episode.
It was like 3 weeks
ago. Like a month ago, yeah. We had, the big sort of crescendo for Lord On, and now we have this big sort of emotional crescendo for Mu Young. And it's interesting because it makes feel like they're able to split the difference nicely, where it's like the stakes feel real and anybody can, be taken from us, but also there's enough time to really make it dramatically and emotionally satisfying. And also too, I mean, just across this episode for me, like I of all the shows we watch, this one has some of the most lucid moments of just like, wow, I am so engaged by and like inspired by the filmmaking on display. Like just the way.
What are you gonna do with that inspiration, John? Actually make something of yourself? You're just gonna let it be a fleeting moment of inspiration.
I mean, the inspiration only lasts for the duration of a Kingdom episode, which we watch once every 3.5 months. So once we're finished with the season, I'll have enough inspiration for a day's work.
Hope you make something of yourself now with this inspiration.
But no, it is though. It's like it's there's a lot of terrific filmmaking across all the stuff that we get to see here. But yeah, some of the ways
it's okay.
I think because they're taking something that is so well worn in Zombie, and it's already fresh to a degree to put that in a period setting, but even period war epics are a genre well worn in their own way. And so the way that they're able to fuse them and the way that they're able to capture things that, despite the setting, have been captured a million billion times, like to make them as impactful and visceral and sort of like you're there as they do. But while also, being very kind of conscientious and clever with their, shot choices and whatnot. Like it's very, very invigorating to behold.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And great acting, all that stuff.
The Crown Prince, especially, man, that moment at the end. He had like real sob stuff. It's real tears, and they're like fucking. Octavia Spencer.
When you're just fucking snot acting.
Yeah. Just drool on the actor.
Yeah. just a steady stream of drool and tears pouring down Mu Young's head.
Yeah.
But
actual snow.
But even for him, like I love especially his performances, because this is a character, and not to say that there aren't characters that are, perhaps more engrossing or more flashy and cool to hang out with, but like in any kind of story like this, I feel like that character is often, your protagonist who is impactful but not the most interesting character. But whenever he has moments, like when he's delivering that speech to the crowd of like, do you believe me now? Like, will you please like see the truth and help me fix this? And even the moments with Mu Young, like he is so good and I buy him so much that I'm like, yeah, even this character that could be good but not ultimately like the most engaging is still super engaging, and I love what he does here too. So
yeah, I agree to a certain extent.
It's fair. Where does the buck stop?
I'm just messing with you. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, only 3 more episodes left, and then bye forever.
Ever and ever.
Never covering another South Korean property again.
Comment below and let us know when Mu Young had the time to get all those messages.
Yeah. Tell us how he just traveled discreetly all the time.
Yeah.
And managed to do all the things where it's just always sci-fi.
Weeks travel.
I just feel like there'd be more scenes of our Crown Prince being like, where's Mu Young?
Mu Young at? And him coming back all disheveled, like, oh, sorry.
Just like fucking tired,
That last thing you told me to do, it took way longer than I expected. Sorry, Crown
Seems
Prince.
like he's always there.
We're all tired out here, right?
I feel like he's always there. So I'm like, when do you sneak off? I have no idea when you're doing all this.
How good he is, dude. That's why the Crown Prince trusts him so much, because he's just that good.
I mean, unless he dropped off pregnant wife before they ever embarked on the mission.
That was what I was taking from it, but I could be also pretty wrong.
I thought he snuck off at some point and did. I don't know. You're probably right.
I thought it
would make the most logical sense. I guess it's because we didn't see her till so late.
Yeah.
that my mind goes, oh, that must have happened in between all this.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, it's another one of those things where I'm like, wait, I want to go back and make sure that I have all the details straight, because I took it, as like at the point in which he and the Crown Prince set out for the main part of this journey, that was like the last thing he did before that.
So he's been a traitor this whole time.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man.
Or at least much of it, I suppose. Straighten us out.
If it's before the mission
Yeah.
actually started, then
hurts more.
Yeah. Then good riddance.
Yeah. Then no sympathy whatsoever for
Put
this
two
man.
more arrows in him. One in the belly.
One in the face, one in the nuts.
Yeah.
2 in his butt. Just complete disrespect. No. No. One of the best characters. He will be missed. Hopefully they'll do some kind of sick zombie sequence with him next episode where he's just like laying against that tree and then, knocks it over and then the Crown Prince cuts his head off or something.
These Cho Hak people are assholes.
They're the worst.
There's such like fucking like thousands of zombies to deal with. They're still like, I still want to be the kingdom.
Yeah, we got this
This never got out of
dynasty
hand.
set up here. Think of what's important, guys.
You gotta think long term here.
Plus, it'll be better if by the time we're ruling, it's just us ruling the few of us who are left in the ruling class. No peasants whatsoever to worry about. We'll have way more food and resources.
I mean, I understand that this is like historical fiction, but at the same time, there's more than just Korea and Japan. Like, there's a whole world they gotta consider.
No, but that's the goal, is we gotta get the whole world to be conquered by Korea.
It's like, it gets to a point where like, you guys are kind of stupid, aren't you?
You guys you don't have much foresight.
Yeah.
With your incredibly unwieldy plan.
How bad this can get. This can become a worldwide disaster if you don't get your shit together.
Yeah.
It's like, do they have a plan to get rid? They don't. That's the word of it. Like, they have no plan to get rid of them. They have no plan. They just keep moving them, keep hurting them that way.
Sweep them under this rug.
No, it gets to a point where like it makes no sense what you're doing, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Blinded by ambition.
I know what that's like. I don't have a punchline. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here, and we'll catch y'all soon.